Live. Hey, shalom, 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 everybody. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you let everybody know we here. This is gonna be a quick show. It's just something the most I put on my heart to do for the people, man. We got information that we definitely want to share. We want to make sure as many people as possible can get it when we put it out there. We're trying to reach as many as possible because I don't know when next time I'm gonna do something like this. Take it while we can get it. For real, straight up. So listen, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share it, share it, share it. Hey, if y'all on the Clubhouse, we got Clubhouse with us tonight for the first time in a long time. Got Clubhouse with us, man. Y'all make sure y'all ping. And for those brothers and sisters who trying to do something other than the same old, the typical, whatever, whatever, by all means, let's do it. By all means, let's do it. You know what I mean? So I think the last time we was on here, we were talking about a little situation we had in Israel about a particular sister who was a brother who was probably back. We don't know. So that's the last time we was on here, right? And brought attention to that because we just wanted clarity and what was going on in Israel. But we ain't here for that tonight. We're here to give our people some information, some knowledge. There's a couple things we want to go over. I'm not sure if you one or not one that's been joining the seminars that we've been having. We've been having the seminars where we've been going over financial literacy, how to make money, how to set yourself up with passive income, how to set yourself up with retirement and all that good stuff. And then when you earn the money, how to avoid the excessive taxation. That's what we want to talk more on tonight primarily. But if you got questions, drop them in the chat. If y'all on Clubhouse, you got questions, you got something that you want to ask, then bring it up to the stage and we will deal with it the best that we can and show you how we do what we do. So a little bit about me. Let me just go ahead and break a little bit down about me for those who don't know, right? My name is Abaya, for those who don't know. With that being said, me and my wife, man, we started off on, this is my wife, by the way. It's hard as hell to get her on the screen. So, man, if y'all got questions, get it now. This is the human calculator. Watch this. She the human calculator. Watch this, Tasha. What's 3.4 squared divided by pi on the second degree minus 10? Under plan. She ain't that
No,
good. Under plan.
I'm not that good.
But for real though, I call it a human calculator. She the numbers. She right here, this is my tax preparer. All right. This is the person when the government told me I owed them 100 and was 15,000, right? I was forget what it is. 115, right? 115,000. This who got me down to 11,000. First thing is, well, why did they say you owed them 115,000? Because we made a pretty decent income, right? And the government want a lot of your income. That's just the way they operate. The trick is, how do you make the income and stop them from taking the income? That's what we want to do. And what the government wants you to do, they want you to spend. All right. Taxation is a part of them trying to get you to spend. And we're going to show you how to spend where it benefits you and you can keep the most money that you make. All right. But, about myself or, what was I before I started that whole rant? I forgot. But anyway,
Little about
as of late,
yourself.
yeah, about myself, man. So as of late, we've been trying to teach our brothers and sisters how to make my little head wrap ain't right. Trying to make some money, right? And it saddens me that it seems like the majority of us don't care about that. That ain't what we here for, man. We just want to debate, and hell, debate some more, which is all good. I ain't got nothing against debating. As y'all know who watch the show, I host debates. I don't host quite a few of them, and some debates that have been heavily watched. But man, listen, we got to do more than that. We got to do more than that. If you've come to one of our seminars, you have sat through and you've seen where the system that we utilize and operate, that all praise to the Most High God, that He allowed us to learn and grow in, that we utilize this system to make money. It's easy to make money nowadays. Like, I really believe we living in like, what should I say? A wealth transfer. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all remember how we came out of Egypt the first time we took all the Egyptians' money? It's like we doing that again. I ain't saying it's the same exact thing, but it feels like it's a wealth transfer. It's either one or two things. It's never been this easy, to get money, or we just never had the knowledge that we got now to be able to get money. And it's easy. The only thing about it is what we have to do, first things first, mindset, right? Mindset. First thing first, we got to change our mindset. We got to leave the W-2 way of thinking and start going into mentality of entrepreneurship. All right. That's the first thing. So for example, let me give you an example. So I got clients, right? And some of y'all may have seen my post on Facebook where I say, hey, if you want to make, man, I can't get this damn head wrap right tonight. Y'all forgive me. Y'all have to see me adjust on screen. It's bugging me. I ain't had time to make it to the barber. I had to put it on. Listen, so I got clients, and this is why I say your mindset got to change, because it's easy, but there are a lot of steps sometimes in trying to get to where you want to get to. But once you get to where you want to get to, those steps are like for most cases, it's a one-time thing. You ain't got to keep doing it. You set yourself up, right? But in order to set yourself up, you got to have a mindset. So if you saw on Facebook, if you follow me on Facebook, or we Facebook friends or something like that, you've seen why I put the post up. If you want to make $10,000 to $15,000 a month, comment info. And some people are like, oh, they hit me in the inbox. Oh yeah, you been hacked? No, I ain't been hacked. But that's our natural thought, right? Because that ain't really how we operate, right? But the thing is, we can if we know how, right? We can if we know how. Your mindset got to change. You got to know what to do, be prepared to do it, and be prepared to go all the way. For example, here's a list that I give my clients, right? I establish logistics companies for clients, and they average $10,000, $15,000 a month. But watch this. I'm just going to run through it, and it ain't for you to know what it means while I'm going through it, but just listen to how much it is. All right. First, establish a virtual address. Establish your LLC in Wyoming and in North Carolina. Apply for the EIN. We're going to apply for and establish your commercial insurance. We're going to create your website, create professional web domains, create business email addresses, set up business phone numbers, apply for a DOT number, apply for an MC number, apply for a DUNS number. We're going to apply for a BOC3 at ATA. We're going to apply for your UCR, get an EOD. You're going to get a physical medical card. All right. We're going to set up a factoring company, put together a DOT compliance binder. All right. Establish corporate trucking account. All right. I'm going to stop right there. That's only half the list. So the point I'm saying is everything I just named to you, you might be like, well, what is that? I don't have no clue what it is. I didn't say that for you guys to know what it is. I just want to show you that there's a list of things that needs to be done. And once I show you what those things are, they're extremely easy. They're not hard. You just got to be educated to what they are. And then once you're educated to what they are, you can start making money. But this show ain't about really money making. That's what the seminars we do. If y'all go to my page, we'll have another one coming up Sunday at, I think I'm gonna do it at 7, Sunday at 7. We show you how to make the money. Today is about how to save that money when you make it. All right. How to save that money when you make it. Quick side note, real quick. I'm gonna let my wife jump in here and give some feedback on her. Right. My, I knew a CPA that I used to work with back in the day. She had a client, and her client sold homes on the beach in South Florida. Her client went and bought a yacht, and she wrote that yacht off. Now, mind you, business expenses, write that off. You just got to make it a business expense. She got a yacht. She wrote it off. She got audited. Audits are not bad. Of course, they could be a pain in the butt, but they're not necessarily bad. An audit is the IRS way of telling you to simply tell them why you had to buy what you bought and write it off. That's all an audit is, right? Just explain to me why you did what you did. She got audited. You know what she told them when she got audited? They're like, well, why do you need the yacht? Her response to the IRS is basically to justify her business is, I sell homes on the beach. So by me selling homes on the beach, I have to sell my clients down the shore to show them how beautiful the homes are. And that's how I close my sales. You know what they said? Check mark, boom, she was good. Now, here's the thing, though. Y'all think that lady ain't selling that yacht all year round? Or she just doing it? Y'all think that lady just selling on that yacht? No, she bought something for her business that she can use personally, right? Another one. I say this in my seminars, and it's not to say, oh, look what I got, look what I did. It's to show you how to utilize it. I myself, the same method, the same what she did. I went out. All right, so the IRS said, okay, you owe me, $90,000. Okay. Well, I knew about the IRS that the IRS had where you can write off a business vehicle 100%. All right, 100% business vehicle if it meet the certain gross vehicle weight. It had to be over a certain amount. I think at the time it was 7,000 pounds. Right, you can write off 100%. So when they say, okay, you owe me $80,000, I mean $90,000, I went and bought an $80,000 vehicle. Right, a 2023 Suburban. Right, I went and got a 2023 Suburban. I put rims on it. 24-inch rims. I blacked it out. I took every warranty. They was like, hey, do you want the electronics warranty? Sure. Do you want this warranty? I took every warranty they offered me. You know why? Because I know I wasn't gonna pay for it. And so when I took it, then I wrote it off. Guess what? My tax bill just went from 90,000 to 10. Why? Because I went and bought something that was for business. Now I bought it in my business name. I put commercial insurance, business insurance on it, and I utilized it for my business. But guess what? Once I did that, I wrote it off. Guess what? Now, if I want to, I can go and sell that truck from my business can sell me, my person, that truck. $10, $100. Guess what? I got a free truck in the front yard or in the garage. Just free, right? Don't pay no payments on it, nothing. But the problem with the information is not knowing the information. That's the problem. When you say it, Tasha, the problem with the information is not knowing the information, because it was 100% at the end of 2023. Then it dropped down to 80, and it's supposed to go to 60, and so on. So you can't get that 100% anymore. But we ain't gatekeeping. We've been trying to tell people. We've been holding clubhouse rooms. We've been doing, but everybody wanted to go to the debate, so nobody coming to the information. You know what I'm talking about? So go ahead, Tasha. You was gonna say something?
Yeah, that's right. We've been trying to give out the information. People perish because they lack knowledge, and that's what's happening a lot of times with taxes and the tax law. They put these things into effect because they don't believe that we are interested in looking into them. Though all the people in Congress constantly, they write these laws with loopholes so that they can benefit.
Right. You remember when it was Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and when she was talking about his taxes? Well, tell the people how you didn't pay taxes. He was like, I don't care. I'll tell them, shoot, because the same thing I benefit from, your friends benefit from it. You ain't gonna change it, because if you change it to try you to punish me, you're gonna punish them. So you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Y'all should have seen her face. Her face was just like, I can't believe this man. This motherfucker that was told the secrets in front of the whole world. Right? I be looking for stuff like that, man. Listen, I be looking for stuff like that, like for real. Like when I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna play with this damn headband the whole show. I can see it right now. When I'm telling y'all that we living in a time where this information, we should be utilizing this information on a whole nother level. Yes, man. Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. We still keep all the holy days. We still keep the Sabbaths. We still teach. We still can go on the streets. All that. Go on the streets, teach, go here, be in the grocery store, teach. But what I don't do is worry about the damn Gentiles all day. I ain't worried about all that. I'm not worried about, hey, can they get into the kingdom? Come on, Clubhouse, we finna debate for 5 hours on that. Nah, man, I ain't doing all that. I had a brother reach out to me. He said, it was actually on my other platform. He said, hey, Abaya, you still with us? I don't see you in the all praises to the most. He said, I don't see you in the all praises to the Most High circles no more. And that was on my other platform, right? My business platform. This is my ministry platform. It's Inside the Nation. This is what I'm trying to bring the people the information. But on my business platform, he came over there. I blocked. Get out of here, man. Why? Because I ain't debating all day no more? Yeah, I did that, but we ain't doing that no more, man. Like, we know what the Bible say. We know what scripture say. We know what's going to happen. It's okay. We still can talk about it, and we still can debate on it. But let's take time out. How do we ever benefit our brothers and sisters if we still in the same place ourselves? How we ever do that? All right? And we got sisters in our body who may have been struggling, and they can't pay, certain things. Well, guess what? Brothers who are doing something can go out and help these sisters, right? And go out and help brothers, right? But if you can't never help, why? Because you ain't never put yourself in a position, because you sitting in one spot on a log all day. It ain't about that. But listen, let's talk about these taxes. Come to the seminar this Sunday at 7. We're gonna show you how to make money. Actually, I'm gonna go over it a little bit on here tonight as well. Clubhouse, can y'all hear me? I'm not even sure if they can hear us.
Yes, loud and clear.
Y'all able to hear Tasha as well?
Okay.
Yes. And
Okay,
Sunday at
cool,
8.
cool. Sunday at 8. Oh,
Yes.
my bad. Sunday at 8. Sunday at 8, my bad. That's what happened last time. You're right. I got a text message. Hey, you still doing the thing, man? I don't even see you. But yeah, Sunday at 8. Make sure y'all show up. Sunday at 8 is when we're having a seminar. We're gonna teach things on how to make money. And when I say how to make money, we're talking about $10,000, $15,000 a month. I mean, you got to have credit to do so. We're going to show you how to utilize your credit to take you to a whole nother level, life changing financially. You're going to still have other life problems, but at least you can pay your bills, right? We're going to go over retirement. Me and my wife, we're set up when we turn 65, right? Through our setup and our retirements and our life insurance and our IOLs. When we turn 65, we both get a $89,000 pay independently, $89,000 each, tax free. How y'all do that? That's what we're trying to show you. Hey, I give you my word. We ain't trying. They call it gatekeep. They call it gatekeeping when you try and hold on to the information, right?
Yes.
All right. I give y'all my word. I ain't trying to gatekeep. I'm trying to give the information. My wife here is a witness. I get frustrated half the time. I'm like, man, I ain't dealing with Israel no more. I'm so sick of these jokers, man. They don't want to do nothing. All right. But we trying to get y'all the information. So man, listen, come and make sure you get it. It's a lot of good information that you never heard before. No, I can pretty much guarantee a lot of it, unless you don't came through before, you've never heard it before. You've never heard it before. Information that we learned it from multimillionaires. That person right there, the human calculator right here, this lady used to work on multi-million-dollar accounts. Like seriously, she's worked for E-Trade. All right. I'm talking about, I'll tell the story later. But she used to work on multi-million-dollar accounts. And you get with the right one, they'll break the information out to you. Some of these Edomites will break information out to you. They'll be that generously too. And we take it, we learn. We take it, we learn. Then when we learn, we had to learn, okay, so we just made $500,000. But Uncle Sam come in saying, all right, give me 200,000, 250. What? Now we got to learn how to protect it. So it's a learning. It was a learning process, but we trying to show y'all what we did and what we learned and how we got there and how we still there and how we still living. You just got to take the information. But anywho, tonight we want to walk over some things. Tax season's heavily approaching. You know what I mean? How do you protect some things and your money and make your tax liability as low as possible, especially if you got businesses. Anybody out there who don't have a business, make sure you form one and you'll see why. Tasha, let me ask you this. This is going to be an interview. Let me interview Tasha. Let me interview you. Let me
Okay.
interview you. And then we'll watch a movie after this. Let me interview you though. All right. Um, what are some things that people typically just don't know when it comes to filing their taxes? Some basics. Like
Okay.
what they can
M-
write off. Wait, wait,
Most
wait.
people
Before you
are
answer
not.
that, what's the importance of writing
Okay.
things off?
The importance of writing things off is that it lowers your taxable income. So the government is looking at how much money did you keep throughout the year. Um, think about this like you go to a bar, you open up a tab. This is essentially what you're doing for tax time. This whole year you've had a tab open with the government. Now, when the establishment closes down, you go and close the tab. So you go to the bartender and you're like, hey, what do I owe you? And then they tally up all the drinks that you've gotten so far, and then they tell you what you owe them. You square up, you pay the tab, you leave. It's the same thing with the government. In this case, though, your running tab is how much money did you keep in your pocket? Deductions subtract from that money that you were able to keep in your pocket. So the goal is in the come tax time is to tell the government, hey, no, all of that money that came in this year, I didn't keep it. I circulated it. I moved that money around and I paid this and I paid that and I paid this. And that's what those deductions are, just taking away from the money you actually got to keep for the year, which lowers the amount of taxes you have to pay.
Now the importance of having that LLC, when I say, well, that business, preferably a LLC, because it's the most flexible out of the entities. You have a sole proprietorship. If you have a sole proprietorship, take it and burn it today. Never use that. All right. If you have a C corp, okay, cool. You know, C corps give you like certain tax. They're taxed differently. If you have an LLC, the reason I say LLC preferably because it's very flexible. You could turn it. It could be taxed like a S corp, C corp. You could do different things with the LLC. Now, if you got that LLC, like for example, Tasha, you're saying where they can write things off, and you know the government wants you to circulate funds or whatnot. Like the lady with the yacht, circulating those funds can benefit you, right?
Right. Right. Because at the end of the year, especially if you have a business, whatever you didn't spend, you're taxed on. So at some points, a portion of that money is either going to go to the government or it's going to go towards the growth of your business.
Hmm. Straight
Like
up.
with the lady in real estate with the yacht, that helps to grow my business. It's a way of me advertising or marketing the houses. That becomes a tax write off. That's money she would have otherwise handed off to the government for taxes, essentially.
Government say, hey, you got to give me 90,000. We what? Hey, Ty, look about the chef. Business name, and guess what? 100% legal. It's 1,000% legal. That's just the way it works. I ain't giving y'all $90,000. You ain't put in. What Smokey say? You ain't put in on this, man. Hezekiah, you say, what's the business platform? It's the platform We the People University. It's where I teach about constitutional rights. For y'all who don't know, who may not be aware, I used to be a police officer, sheriff deputy. I was a paramedic. Then I became a sheriff deputy and police officer. So what I do, I teach about that. It's a nice sized platform. I think we got like 650,000 subscribers over there. So hey, if you want to learn your rights, go over there as well. What are some benefits about writing taxes off?
Yeah, so like you, I am so sorry to interrupt. Shalom, yeah.
Shalom, go ahead.
I'm at work. I just have a quick question. So I
Okay.
heard
Okay.
the sister said that you have to expend all the funds that you have, so to show that you can really make a lot of money. Is paying yourself a good idea to reduce how much you owe at the end of the year?
Hmm.
Paying yourself is a good idea. But keep in mind, if you're paying yourself, you also are supposed to be paying the government because there are taxes that need to be taken out, self-employment taxes. So typically, if you're not paying that throughout the year, you'll see come tax time, not only do you still owe those taxes that you didn't pay the government throughout the year, but they're going to add on a penalty because you didn't pay me when you were supposed to pay me. So it's a late fee, essentially. But it is a good idea to subtract that money so that way you know you have a set income coming out. So when you're going for loans to a bank, you can say, hey, I have this set money coming in into my personal checking account for my business on a regular basis.
Sister, let me ask you this, because
So what
she's
is
making a
this?
great point.
Go
Before you
ahead.
go, quick question. When you say paying yourself, do you have an S corp?
No, I have a small business. I have IT service and business, and I'm part of the field technician that works on the team. So I do pay out my workers, but I also put myself on a paid schedule.
So it's your business though,
Nice.
right?
Yes.
How is it registered with the state? Like what type of entity?
Well, I put it on the C corporation.
Under a C corporation. Now, I don't want to ask you too many personal questions here live, but so I'll keep it limited. Based on how much you're making, like you can schedule, fill out, it was a 2553 form. Is that 2553 to be a S corp? All right. And if you're a S corp paying yourself, you get a pay, what is it? The payroll deduction? The,
You can do a payroll
the
deduction
payroll, the
because then
payroll.
you're, you know,
Go ahead. You got
oh, yes, it's a 2553 form to file as a S corporation. And that way you can do a payroll deduction where you're showing you're paying yourself, but you also are taking out the taxes. And there's a tax incentive for being an S corp and, paying the government those taxes on a regular basis.
right. So you get that incentive and you're paying yourself. And on top of that, remember your entity that you filed with the state and that EIN number that you got with the entity, that's a whole nother human being. Your business is a whole nother person. So your business will be, although you control your business is your boss, and your boss is paying you on a W-2, and then it's showing that you're making less with your tax. You will have to pay taxes, but it won't be your tax on like, 100,000 a year or whatever like that. Your tax on a lower level can probably even draw a return on that. But with that being said, as Tasha said earlier, you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure you pay the when you're paying yourself, you got to make sure you're taking those taxes out. But it can be a benefit if you do it right. I would say go to an S corp, file to be an S corp. Depending on how high or low you are, I'll have to talk to you privately on that one because I don't want to say it on, you said it out loud. But I would say file as an S corp and get those benefits, and then you can pay yourself as well. And you kind of got like a double benefit if you do it correctly.
So I do have a CPA. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I do have a CPA that helps with that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because when you said that, I wanted to make sure I was doing it right already. So just add escort to it. That's what you're saying.
Well, if you're filed as a LLC and you're being taxed, because the way it works is you file as a certain entity, and then you're taxed a certain way. You can be taxed as an S corp or taxed as a C corp. But if you're filed as a C corp, you're automatically taxed as a C corp, right? So if you got the CPA, she should be able to walk, or he should, or she should be able to walk you through which is which on that, and should have guide you down the right road as far as how to pay yourself.
All right, the water. I appreciate that, brother. The water.
Right.
Shalom, Messiah.
All right. So with that being said, like what if I am paying myself? Go explain those taxes for those people who may have a LLC and or a business period, and they're paying themselves. Say that again about the penalties, because a lot of people don't understand those penalties, because there are certain ways that you have to do things in certain orders that you got to do it, and they don't understand why they're paying the taxes are so high for these businesses when they could have saved a whole lot of money. Can you explain that?
Right. The expectation when you have a business is that you are paying the government on a regular basis. That can be monthly, it can be quarterly. Most businesses pay in quarterly. That's why when you get your check, you see taxes are deducted from your check every 2 weeks. The business then takes that money, they move it into an account, and then they pay the government on a regular basis. Because if you do not pay the government what they estimate your liability is going to be, and normally they go based off of last year's taxes to judge that. So let's say, for instance, last year you had as a business, you had a $14,000 tax liability. The expectation from the government of you is that you're going to pay that 14,000 throughout the year, not wait until the end to make the payment. And if you do, then there's a penalty, like a late payment fee, because you're supposed to be paying them taxes as you go. That's why as a W-2 employee, you pay taxes from every paycheck that's taken out of every paycheck, because that's the expectation.
So, hey, let me see who has a. Let me see this. How do I? Who? I'm trying to bring the chat up because I can't see the chat. There it is. Hey, anybody who has a business that's watching right now, drop a 1 inside the chat. If you have a business, no matter what it is, LLC, C Corp, even sole proprietorship, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have a.
Quite a few. Hezekiah, CJ Key, Lady J's Black Eyed Views, Shakwapi Judah, Tahara, Gerda King, G8GT Ryder. That's quite a few, you guys.
Okay. Ramaya. Where you been, huh?
We have a
Oh,
few on
man.
this end as well.
A few on this. I can't see the chat. Actually, yes, I can. Let me go over here. All right. So you got a 1. Okay, I see ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Now, with that being said, I'm see ones coming up. Drop. Hold on, let me see. Drop a 3 if you feel like you're managing it right. When I say managing it right, I'm talking about with the taxes and everything. You're filing your taxes correctly, you're managing your funds right, everything. Drop a 3 if you think you're doing that correctly. Drop a 3 if your taxes are being managed correctly. All right, let's go. I say 3. Okay. I see 1 3.
See a zero. Messiah.
Messiah. I see 1 3. Any more? Yeah, this would be my first time. Okay. Just started your business. Okay. So at least I think so. You can't drop the 3 to answer my at least I think so. You just back. That's one of them Deion Sanders back pedals. He was like, he's probably finna ask a question. Huh?
Sis on this end said 3 because Tasha filed my taxes. Haha. I know that's right.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So a few things, Sasha. What
Good.
how many of y'all all right, one more time. Drop a 1 if you have a at-home business or a home office. Drop a 1 if your office is a home office. All right, I see a 1. The chat on my phone is slow for whatever reason.
All of you seem to have a at-home business. Out of the 8, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of the 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
There's
no,
more.
all of you.
There's more. Yeah. Yeah. Even on the you can't see the clubhouse, but there's more ones over there.
No. Nice.
So now with that being said, so that means that you guys are filing and writing off that space, right? Are you writing that space off? Explain, how do we write that
You
space
should
off?
be.
Should be. How do you write that off?
Should be. So traditionally, when you have a business, most people go out and they will rent a space. They'll lease a building or lease a unit in a market or something. Your home office can count as the same thing, and most people don't realize that. So if you're working out of your bedroom, you're working out of your office, even if you're working out of a closet, that space can be written off. Along with that space, so can the same proportion, whatever you're taking off for that space, your utilities, your cell phone bill, you get a brand new computer, the computer can be written off. Anything that you use for your business can be a write-off.
I got a question.
A lot of people don't know that.
So people writing off space though, right? Let me ask you this. If I have a S Corp or LLC and I'm a different entity, can I actually rent my space to myself?
You can. You can.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you can pay yourself. I'm sorry. So you can pay a rent for the space to your personal account from your business for the space that's used.
Right. So a lot of us are writing space off, but what if you actually rent from yourself? What if you say, I'm gonna rent myself this room that I turned into an office. I rent this out, right? This is a room that I rent out as a personal office, and I'm gonna charge $1,200 a month for it. Only thing you're doing is going to the computer saying bloop bloop, just putting it over there. It ain't went nowhere. But guess what you're doing for tax purposes? Guess what you're doing? You're renting. These are all expenses. These are all things that you can do, right? Anybody ever, let me see. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you rent it to yourself. I'm waiting for the ones. Put a 1 in the chat if you rent to yourself.
I see a wow from Lady J. That means you haven't been writing off that space, or you just started your business. Write off that space.
Now, I tell you, hey, listen, I rent my wife the other half of the bedroom. She paid me rent for that on the plan. So you said, explain that again. If you're a business, right, you can literally, like, I can rent out my house. I can rent any part of my house I want to. I could rent it to somebody, but let's say I rent it to a business, right? I rented my house to a business. That business is paying me $1,200 a month in rent, right? I wouldn't go that high. for office space, I'd probably say I would look at the office areas around the area. Like if it's generally like, oh, $400 a month, I would rent it to myself for $400 a month. I would pay myself $400 to rent. All right, my house, a part of my house. Guess what you just did? You just paid yourself, and that space that you're renting, you're gonna write it off. That's a deduction. All right, that's a deduction. Rent from yourself. Follow me?
You said something that was really key too. Do the market research. So if areas around the same space or near the same space are going for $400 or $500, why would you only take $100 or $200 off? In the eyes of the government, your deduction should be reasonable and necessary for your business. Again, reasonable, that's that price. Doing the research about the prices in the area, reasonable and necessary for your business. You need an office space, that's necessary. And the rent around the area is $400 or $500.
Right,
That's
right.
reasonable and it's
Now,
necessary.
with that rent being $400 or $500, so let's say it's average $400 or $500. You know what I'm gonna rent? I'm high class. I'm gonna go 600. I'm still within the ballpark, but I'm gonna pay myself more. Why? 'Cause I'm writing it off. I'm giving me the money and writing it off. That's a double whammy, right? So if they talk about 500,
Right.
well, I'm gonna go 600. Somebody around. This is how houses work, like the comps, right? If you sell your house for, let's say, 200,000, somebody down the street want to sell theirs. All right, I'm gonna push mine for like 250 because I'm still in the ballpark. But that's how housing. You start building the price on housing. But if somebody's selling their house for 300, and you try to sell yours for 400, they be like, well, now you got to go down lower because they sold theirs for 300. Got to at least come closer. It goes off your surrounding area, right? It goes off of your surrounding area. So if your offices, the offices in your area are renting for $500, go six, right? I mean, you if it's going for $500 in the area, don't go for like 1,500, right? Unless now that's wait, we can't even say, Tasha, we can't even say they can't do that. Because you might go and put some flat screens in your office. You might pull up the carpet and put some marble. If you did it, if you don't, if remember, explain to them about justifying your business to the IRS. What's the point of being able to explain this, like audits?
Right. With audits, all the audits are is just show me the books. That's it.
That's it.
It's not, you're not in any trouble or anything. You just need to make it make sense. So, again, like Abaya was saying, in terms of doing market research, if everybody in the area is charging $400 or $500, is it reasonable or necessary that you would be charging yourself 1,000? Nah, that doesn't match the prices in the area. Those are the things that they're looking at. Show me the books
Unless,
and make it make
unless,
sense.
unless this is the only one that comes with flat screen TVs.
True.
You don't went out and bought
And
yourself some flat
computers.
screen TVs and some computers, and it comes with it. You see how you justify that? Am I right or wrong? She's the tax expert. I'll just be talking trash. Like I'll be asking her all the information. All right. Am I right or wrong on this, Sasha? When it comes down to the IRS, do they determine what's a business need or not?
No, they don't make the determination. Normally, people who get audited are like, okay, this normally they're looking at a batch of returns. Most people in this business don't take this type of deduction. So you just tell me why it makes sense for you and your business. And as long as your reason makes sense, they really won't bother you because it
That's
makes
it.
sense. Like the lady with the yacht. Most realtors aren't buying a yacht. Why you need a yacht? And her reason made sense. Okay, fine. That makes sense.
So why office buildings in your area going for 500, but you charge yourself 1,000? Well, in my office building, I purchased TVs that went in there. It comes with the computers. It comes with the printers. You can't go find office space that comes with all that, right? Now, mind you, only
Mhm.
thing you did was went and bought yourself some TVs, put it in your office. It's yours. It's all about justifying. That's it. It's all about justifying. Another thing that people don't know they can write off. Please explain about like fees, banking fees, or credit card interest rates, and those type of things. How can we benefit with that when we're doing our taxes?
Right. So I'm going to hit that G8 GT Rider did ask the question. I can write off the water bill I use to clean my vehicles with. I use my home office for my business. Of course you can. That's part of the utilities. You write off a part of your lights, your water bill, your sewer bill, because every office has to have a bathroom. So it's reasonable that you would need water and sewer. That makes sense.
Definitely.
But ask the question one more time. I'm sorry, I forgot.
About the interest on credit cards, fees,
yes.
and banking accounts. How do we utilize that when it comes down to taxes?
So when it comes down to taxes, those are things that can be written off. And a lot of people don't know that. If you have a business credit card, you're utilizing it for business expenses, any interest that you're charged, remember, that's not money that you keep in your pocket. That interest goes to profit another business who will pay taxes on it. So don't pay double taxes. You get to write that off. If you're charged any bank fees, any overdraft fees, any membership fees, some credit cards have an annual renewal fee. All of that you get to write off. Because somebody else, another business is profiting off of that. Another business is going to be taxed on that. So don't be left holding that back. You write that off.
Hey, drop a 1 in the chat if you knew you can write off your credit card interest rates. Like, drop a 1 if you knew you could write that off. Drop a 1 if you knew you can write, if you got an overdraft fee that you can write that off. I'm waiting for the ones. I see a 1. I see 2 ones. I see 2. I see 1 on the Clubhouse, and I see 1. I see I didn't know that. I see a negative 1.
Negative 1. Yep.
So think about it. Now, here's the part with credit, right? A lot of us don't have the best of credit, and we go out and get these credit cards, and they charge us 19,000% interest rates, right? Yeah, it sucks, right? But we ain't got the credit, so we got to do something to make it happen. Write that 19,000% interest rate off, though. Don't just pay it and let it. No, this is what big business do.
Yeah.
They pass the bill on to the little guys, right? You just got to learn how to pass the bill back to the big guy. And that's what Tasha was saying about the government wants you to keep the money flowing. That's all they're trying to get you to do is keep it flowing. And if you ain't going to use it, hey, send it to me. Know what I mean? If you ain't going to use it, send it to me. That's what they're doing. All right, I see.
That's basically how it works.
Say what? That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Oh, Lady J had a question. Can we write off marketing materials? Yes, you can. Any advertising material?
Yes.
Can be written off. So if you're buying Facebook ads, if you are buying ink for a printer because you're going to go pass out flyers, all of that is a marketing expense, an advertising expense. Most big businesses, you see Chick-fil-A, you see Burger King, you see McDonald's, they're putting those commercials on TV. Guess what? That's a tax write-off because it's a marketing expense. The government expects you to market your business because how can consumers come and buy from you if they don't know you exist? That's a write-off, but you have to pay somebody to put it on their platform. You're not holding on to that money. You need to write it off.
How many of y'all put a 1 in the comment section? Y'all don't get tired of putting these ones. It's how I'm trying to find that information. Put a 1 in the comment section. How many of y'all wrote off your startup expenses? Everything that you had to buy to start up, you went and wrote it off. Now, that should be a simple one that everybody got. If I see anything other than a 1, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Okay, I see a 1. Okay, cool.
Good.
All right, a lot of 1s. Okay. Now, when it comes down to your insurance, like maybe health or even car insurance, do you write those off? Who writes off their car insurance?
Oh, 0.
Remind you to my 0. Who writes off the car insurance? I see 1. Now, let me ask you a question that you actually gotta say you can do that. Yes. Let me ask you a question. Why you're not writing off your car insurance? Oh, see, you say I don't. The reason most of you don't is because we're not utilizing these business entities like we should. Now, even if you don't have a business entity, you're writing out portions, and Tasha can explain this part better than I can as far as the write-offs. But if let's say you got a business, like for example, my business, I told you I wouldn't have got the truck. I had to put commercial insurance on that thing. Oh, that's all that's an expense. Everything is an expense. That's something I had to pay for my business. I'm writing off all of it. You got to write it all off. Gas too. She said gas too. Well, yeah,
Right.
gas too. But remember, you gotta know how to justify it though. It has to be justifiable. As
Mhm.
long as you can justify, you good. You good.
Like the people doing Uber, DoorDash, all of that. Yeah, you write off your insurance, you write off your registration, you write off your renewal for your registration, you write off. There's a certain amount of mileage they'll give you, like 20 cents, 30 cents per mile, something like that. It changes every year, but you keep track of your miles that you do for work. You can write off that amount. If you have to do any repairs to your vehicle is a necessity in order for you to DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of that stuff. You write off those repairs because you need that vehicle to work. That becomes a tax write off. People do not realize that.
I said in Cali it's 56 cents a mile. They write your
It's a
gas
mile.
off. In Cali, y'all gas like $44 a gallon though. Like, I need to write off my house,
Has
husband
been expenses.
expenses for those 2.5. Oh, good lord. Hey, if you can justify it, if you can justify it, you can write it. What you had, Tasha?
But you know, Ramai makes a good point with the kids, what you guys don't realize about the kids. One, if you have a business, you can put your children on a payroll. So when they want that PlayStation 5, or they want those new sneakers, or they want to go this place or that place, or they want Robux and all this stuff, you can put them on the payroll. That becomes a tax deduction for you. It's legal for you to do that. I mean, of course, you put your kids to work, they do some chores around the house, that becomes the tax write off. Something else a lot of people do not know and they're not taking advantage of. You put your kids in the after school daycare, whether you have a business or not. You put them in after school daycare, that is a tax write off. You can write off that expense because that is a necessity for you to have. A lot of people miss that deduction
Yeah.
and it can save you some money.
Yeah. Let me see a one from everybody who writing off their kids' daycare when they got to go to work or whatnot. Let me see if you put a one in the comment section if you've been writing that off, that high daycare bill. Check this out. I see a question that says, "Oh my God, I just got my car out the shop. Justify it and write it off. Justify it and write it off." It says, Scott says, "Can you write off clothes?" Yes. I write off haircuts. I ain't got one right now. You can't. Well, yeah, you on YouTube, you can see me. Clubhouse can't see me. I ain't
Yes.
got one right now. But I have a list, all right? This is what you want to do, right? I got a list that says, haircuts, date, price, tip. Date, price, tip. Right? You can even put on there like what card you paid with would be good because you want to write off interest and whatever, right? Date, price, tip. On 12/12/2024 haircut, $60, $20 tip. Guess what? At the end of the year, all them haircuts, I'm writing them off. You know why? Because I had to do Inside the Nation and I had to be presentable. You know why? I got clients and I do seminars and I had to be presentable.
Right.
Write-offs. Write-offs. Oh, you bought 3 suits? Yeah. You bought 5 suits? Yeah. 10 suits? Yeah. You writing them off? Yeah. Why you need them? Because I do presentations and I had to be presentable.
Right.
Write it all off. Write it all off. It's all up. Tasha said earlier, you said earlier about the government doesn't determine what you need for your business. The IRS allows you to determine what you need for your business. The only thing they're going to do is come and ask you, okay, you need this for your business? Okay, just tell me why. That's it. That's all the audit is. Just tell me why. What happens is this, though. This is why so many people are scared of audits. They lie. They lie and they can't justify it. And now they scared. That's why so many people scared of audits. Because you don't know how to deal with an audit. You ain't set your entity up properly. That's why when we go through the seminars, we go through properly structured business entities. How do you do that? Most people think if you just go file an entity with the state, S corp, LLC, a C corp, whatever, then I'm good. You're not. You're not. How many? Put a one in the comment section if you know that your business entity is supposed to give you protection from like loans or whatnot. Not no PPP loans, Ramaya. It's my PPP loans. Matter of fact, I didn't even mean to say loans. I meant he got me saying loans. How many of you know that your business is supposed to give you protection
Lawsuits.
from lawsuits? I said the other L word,
Right.
lawsuits. So if somebody come and try and sue you and it's something that through your business, then they can only sue your business. Put a 1 in the comment section that you already knew that. I see a 1. Okay.
Good.
All right. Now keep going. Let me see. Who else knew that? That your business is supposed to protect you from any lawsuits. Okay, I got 1 didn't know that. But for the most part, everybody knew that. Now, watch this. Do you know that there's something called piercing the veil? Piercing the corporate veil. Put a 2 if you ever heard about piercing the corporate veil. Put a 2 if you're aware of what piercing the corporate veil is. Put a 2 if you're aware of if you know what piercing the corporate veil is. I don't see no 2s. I was waiting for the 2. All right, I see it on the Clubhouse. I see a 2 where it says I heard of it, but not sure what it is.
Okay.
Piercing the corporate veil is, remember that protection that the business was supposed to give you, right? That protection because you filed and they can't sue me, they have to sue the business. We're 2 different entities. Well, when you're not properly structured and you don't have bulletproof operating agreements, or if you're commingling funds, guess what they can do? They can do what's called piercing the corporate veil. They can come through your entity and come straight for you. They can go through your entity and come for you. This is why it's important to know the information. You can utilize the information for your benefit, but you need to know the information of how it works. Just because you filed that LLC, just because you filed that C Corp, does not mean you can't get sued. You still can get sued. Look that up. It's called piercing the corporate veil. So you want to have it where it's set up properly. You want to have it where your taxes are being filed properly. I know a lot of us, listen, a lot of us grew up going to these tax preparers that be lying because they're gonna give us that $7,000-8,000 back. A lot of us got away with it. But understand this. What is it, 10 years, Tasha? 10 years that you could be out of it? Is that
Oh
correct?
yeah, and the government come back. If they catch you within that 10-year time frame, they charge you penalties. They want interest. Oh, you lied and we finally caught up to you on year 7? Yeah, we want all those back taxes. We want the money you owed us plus interest for
Plus
those
interest.
7
And their
years you
interest
didn't
is
pay us.
high. They interest is high.
Yeah.
And you know what? They, again, like we say, they have up to 10 years to audit you. So if you think you filed somebody else's child that won your child 8 years ago, I'm good, scot free. Well, you still got 2 more years to shake. You still got 2 more years to worry about it. Because they got up to 10 years, they can come and get you. And after that 10 years, they come get you. That's why we don't do that. That's why we don't do that. We're going to show you how to get your money as much as you can and write it down as far as we can. Again, my wife, I owed the government $115,000. We wrote all the way down to $11,000. People are like, well, I want to pay $11,000. Yeah, me either. But which one would you rather pay, $11,000 or $115,000? But how do we write it off? Because we know what to write off. Right? All of that scam stuff. And we had some clients last year that we had to stop dealing with. Like, bro, we're not messing with you no more. We're not messing with you no more. One of them just wouldn't stop calling on the Sabbath, actually. He just went, I'm like, nah, we can't keep doing this. Nah, so we're gonna like move, put you on a no business list. Secondly,
Right.
The scams. No, we're not working those scams. We don't have to do scams because we got the information legally. We got information that most don't have. So we ain't no need for the scams. And that's what we trying to tell y'all. When you learn the information, you don't have to scam. You already know what to do. You ain't got to put yourself in that position. That's why everybody's so scared of audits, because you lied, right?
Basically.
That's basically what it is. Because when you telling the truth, you ain't got to be scared to be audited. You don't have to be scared. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What is gotta tap in receptive concepts for service. Exactly. Y'all see it go across the bottom of the screen. Hit the website. Here's something I think is an extremely valuable tool that everyone can use. Go to the website. Okay. Ramaya just put it in the chat. Receptive Concepts. Go to the website. Either click on the menu bar or scroll all the way to the bottom and click monthly expense calculator. This is going to be the best. I ain't gonna say the best thing you ever did, but it's gonna be pretty good. It's a Excel sheet set up as a
All right.
calculator, right? I wish I can show y'all this right now, but it's an Excel sheet. Actually, I can. Tasha, you want to talk? Want to take over? I think I can show it to him
Oh,
real quick.
sure. Okay. So while he's pulling up the Excel sheet, I wanted to hit on something. Someone asked about Uber. How can you write off Uber? Well, even if you don't have an LLC set up, I still suggest it, because if you mess around and hit somebody while you're doing Uber, you're still liable. So you still want to protect yourself against things like that. But nonetheless, that is considered a sole proprietorship. There is no separation between you and that business. You don't have an EIN, but you're still doing business. Remember, in the eyes of the government, a business is considered an exchange of a product or a service in exchange for money. That is the legal definition. So if you're out there doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, all of those services, you're offering your service in exchange, you're being paid money for it. You have a business, you're doing business in the eyes of the government. As such, that allows you to be able to deduct things like the gas that you have to pay to get to your customers, the repairs to fix your vehicle so you can get to and from to complete the Uber drops or the DoorDash drops. Those things then become a business write-off. And at that point, since you don't have an EIN or an LLC set up, you can still take off those deductions, those businesses deductions. You're still eligible for it. The government would just assume that, because every business has to start somewhere, within the next year or two, you're going to formally set it up. If it's successful, then you'll go ahead and get the LLC set up or the EIN. But meanwhile, you are still legally allowed to take off business deductions for doing gig work. Just keep that in mind.
All right. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. I got to kind of set it up. I didn't think to do this before the show, but I think this is something that, wait, screenshot, where is it? There we go. This is something I think that we can all benefit. Can y'all see that? I got it on the screen. It look a little messy right now, but take it for what it is. Let me see if I can make it bigger. All right.
Yeah.
This is the monthly expense calculator. It's only a screenshot of it, right? And these are like sample numbers. So, hold on one second. Let me see if it's coming through right. Can they see it?
I can see it.
You see it? Okay, yeah, it's on.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a monthly expense calculator. If you look in the top left where it says monthly calculator, and monthly income, W-2, that's where you will put how much you make per month, right? You put your month there. If you got like a side hustle, whatever it is, put whatever amount you make in a month, put it there. It's going to give you your total income. And on the right side of that, you see rate per hour. You're going to put how many hours you work per month. And on your regular W-2 job, put 40, 45, whatever it may be. And where it says, right here where it said, and the one below that, that's where you're going to weeks in a month. You put how many weeks you work, right? Typically 4 weeks in a month. So you put 4 there, right? And it's going to break down your hourly rate. Now your hourly rate is going to look different than what your W-2 is going to look like. And unfortunately, y'all on the Clubhouse, y'all can't see this, but if y'all go back and grab, watch the show on the on the YouTube side, you can see it, or just go to Receptive Concepts. However, you mind putting that Receptive Concepts in the chat on the Clubhouse so they can go to it as well. Just scroll down to the bottom, hit income monthly calculator. And then it's going to give you the hourly rate right there. It's going to be different from your W-2 because it's actually calculating everything, not just your W-2 income. Any other money you could bring in, it's calculating that. That's very important. The reason being is if you look where it says fixed costs right here, and Tosh, you can jump in anytime if you got something to say. Don't worry about it. You just go ahead and jump in. But right here where it says fixed costs, we got things like rent or mortgage or car payment, car insurance. Put those in. You just type them in. Type them right there. All the green bars that are green, you don't want to touch. It's going to automatically calculate that by itself. The only thing you really want to touch is the white and the blue right there. where you're putting in your information as far as car payment, mortgage, or whatever, and then you put the price over there in the blue. Once you do that on your fixed cost, you put your variable cost in, like your food, because that may vary each month. Gas, that may vary each month. You put that over there, right? So that's kind of a range. Now, when you do that, it's going to, let me scroll this up. Oh, there we go. It's going to show you your total fixed cost, and then it's going to show you your total variable cost. Then it's going to break it down. It does this all at one time. It's going to break it down how much money you spend every month, right? How much you spend every month. And it's even going to break it down to a daily level. Like in a month, this is what you're looking like. Every time you go to work, you're looking at $93.67. This is what you're spending every day. That's why it's in the red. Then it shows you what your savings are every month, $540, based off the numbers we have on this sheet. $540. Even breaks it down to the weekly savings, $108. Even breaks it down as far as the daily, $15, right? It's telling you this is what you save in a month. This is what you have to spend in a month, $540. This is what you have to spend in a week and in a day. Why is this important? Because a lot of times when we get like our check, like, all right, I just got paid $1,200. Okay, cool. I can go to the grocery store and spend $250 on groceries. Not necessarily, right? You just went over and according to these numbers, you just went over your weekly and your daily savings, right? You do that 1 or 2 times. Next thing you know, because remember, you only got $540 to spend. Now you might say, okay, well, let's use a little Billy Ray. Billy Ray makes $20 an hour. He worked 40 hours a week. What's that? That's $800, right? That's $3,200 a month. Billy Ray makes $3,200 a month. No, Billy Ray don't. Billy Ray don't make that. That's like the mindset we got to change first, right? Billy Ray don't make $3,200 a month. After your mortgage and whatever else come out, you got $500 left. Billy Ray makes $500 a month. Now you got to figure out how do you deal with $500 a month, because your mortgage, your rent, your gas, and kids, or whatever else, everything else ate up everything else. When you start operating on that, what you know right there, at that point, we know our spending limits. Once we got our spending limits, we good to move forward. I kind of forgot why I forgot why I got the calculator, but it was a point I was going to. I'm getting old. What you finna say?
Right. And then the thing is, unfortunately, within Israel, we nickel and dime ourselves to death. And I say that because we're like, oh, it's $3. It'll be okay. Like you go into an ATM that is an out of network ATM. You pay $3 every time you do that. Those $3 adds up. If you're looking at your calculator and you do the budgeting sheet and you're like, okay, I got $20 I can spend a day. Well, you taking $20 out of the ATM and your bank charging you $3. Really, no, at that point, you got $17. You're already over $3 just by making that move. We have to be mindful of those things. Or we go to the store and we'll buy, oh, the chips are only $1. I can afford $1. Well, them chips that you brought at the store, then the soda that you brought during lunch for 50 cents, then a $3 ATM fee, that's $4.50 that you just kind of threw away on things.
Hey,
Those add up.
We talking from experience. We sat down one time and looked at our fast food when we was first moved to Tampa. Yes. Looking at our fast food, man, we were like, man, we spending $400-$500 a month on fast. It didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it. But what's good about this expense sheet too, Tasha, is that when you're using this expense sheet, you can see what you spent and you know what you can write off. Start looking at what you can write off. All right, that money because remember Billy Ray Earl only makes $500 a month if he pays his bills. How does he save though? Look at what you're spending, write it off. All right. Now, with that being said too, this is why a lot of times like our credit kind of get shot a little bit because we overspend because we're not really looking at what we're spending. We're overspending. And now we're behind on something else when the time come up. Oh, I ain't got the money for that. Now it hits your credit and it's a cycle. This helps stop the cycle, put you back on track, and starts building you the correct way in the right direction. All right, right direction. Let me. I think we made some comments over here. Hezekiah said, "What would the IRS do if you've been writing off business expenses as a sole proprietor without proper business accounts? My write-off needs a legit my write-off needs are legit, but I was doing everything out of a personal account. Well, you just told on yourself first off, buddy. Underplan. And they watch it, underplan. What you can answer this question?
No, that's where the sole proprietorship comes in. Because remember, in a sole proprietorship, you in that business are really one. Now, eventually, if you're profitable, the government is going to expect you to, get your structure in order to make it legitimate, to make it clean. So you have an LLC or C Corp or S Corp. Now, keep in mind, most businesses operate in a negative for the first 3 to 5 years. Now, 10, 20 years down the line, you still claiming to be a sole proprietorship and you're running the same business, the government's going to look at you like, come on, no, this doesn't make sense. But if you've been doing it for a few years, you still got time to clean it up.
So listen, man, I'm gonna tell you now, take that sole proprietorship and burn it. You don't want a sole proprietorship. If something happens to you right now, let's say you was operating your business and you stepped on somebody's toe, they're gonna sue you. You have no legal protection whatsoever. They can
Right.
come for you. They can come for your home. They can come for your, whatever. All right. There are certain things like, for example, we live in the state of Florida, right? And this is a side note, right? For those of you who live in Florida, and let's say you do have a sole proprietorship and somebody want to sue you and they want to take your house, right? Well, they can't really take your house. You know why? Florida is the only state out of the entire country that has 100% homestead protection. You can't be sued from your home. The only state in the whole country that has 100% homestead protection. But what if you're not in one of those states that doesn't have that 100% homestead protection? Then you're kind of in trouble. You got to deal with some legal issues. And sole proprietorship doesn't offer any legal protection whatsoever. Got to get your LLC, C Corp, or whatever the case may be. But remember, when you get that, it has to be properly structured. Okay. You have to have a strong operating agreement. A lot of us don't even put a 1 in the comment section if you have an operating agreement with your entity. Who has an operating agreement with your entity? And while we getting the ones in the comment section, Clubhouse side, if y'all want to come up to the stage, hopefully y'all got the invites. Come on up to the stage. Everybody get to come up to the stage, man. It ain't like it typically is. You got to be special to come up. Anybody, come up to the stage if you got questions, concerns, comments, anything you want to add in there. Come on up and let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. I see 2 ones. There's a lot more of y'all that got businesses out there. I see 2 ones. So I see there's 2 ones, 2 people that have operating agreements. Now the next step is your operating agreement a strong operating agreement? Because a good attorney will pierce right through your operating agreement and take it straight to your personal. All right. A good attorney will go right through a bad operating agreement. You got to make sure you have a strong operating agreement. And what I would suggest, let's not be the people who do everything ourselves. Let somebody do it for you. This ain't a play for me to get you to become my client because I don't write operating agreements. But you need to find somebody who do, right? I know somebody who do, but you need to find somebody who do, right? And I don't get no cut or what do you call it? Affiliate costs nothing. But I just know people who do. Legal. You know what? Shaquat, brother, listen, we're gonna have to talk, bro. You said LegalZoom. You know what my attorneys call LegalZoom? They call them Legal Doom. Legal Doom.
Oh no.
Because they like the stuff that they do for people. I can't believe these guys, they're not lawyers. They're not hey, listen, brother, we're gonna have to talk. You gotta come to the seminar. Not LegalZoom, bro. Not LegalZoom. But that's all jokes aside, they call it Legal Doom, right? Because a lot of us, even way back in when, I used to check out LegalZoom too. I used to read all through their stuff like, I'm gonna hire LegalZoom, but that ain't where you want to go.
Now, something else. See, with the professional services, don't be afraid to go out and get help. Again, remember, you running a business, it's expected that you are going to secure the services of experts. As such, guess what? You get to write it off. So CPA, if you're paying for a CPA, you get to write that off. Attorney, you get to write that off. Bookkeeping, you get to write that off. Guess what? Last year's tax preparation fee is even a tax write-off. There is a spot for that. That's a professional service that you pay for.
Everything is a write-off. Everything is a write-off. I took my wife out. Where we went to, I wrote that off. Hey, let's go to the movies. You want to go? Yeah, I'm gonna write it off anyway. Let's go. All right, I'm the plan. But hey, listen,
You're playing, but
justified. Go ahead.
yeah, but people don't know too. Guess what? You are going out. You went out to eat. You got yourself a meal. Your phone rings, and it's a client. If you have a conversation during that meal, guess what? That meal now counts as a business meal. I didn't get to enjoy my meal. Talking business, I was talking shop. 50% of that meal now becomes a tax write-off. You write down who you spoke with, the time. 50% of that meal now becomes a tax write-off.
Tell them how many times I check my bank account and make people phone calls. Like,
several times. You're like, okay, let me make this business call now while we eating. Okay, tax write-off. I spoke to XYZ during this time. It's
straight up.
legally you can do it.
It's 100% legal. You just got to be able to justify it. That's it. Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, Tiara, my sister, she called me, and we got that. Oh, she called me. Business call. Up, right off. That's how you do it. You got to. You got to learn how to justify everything. Aside from the taxes, first off, is how do we actually start getting money? Let me before we get out of here. This is our introductory tax boot camp, which we just want to come out and drop some seeds, drop some nuggets. All right. Tasha is a tax preparer. This who does my taxes. Ain't nobody else doing it. The law firm that I'm working with, they have tax preparation there, but I don't let them do it because she's good at it. Right. She's good. And as the sister said earlier, she did her taxes. You know what I mean? We had people who came to us. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say his name because he's supposed to be watching. So there's a particular brother who just couldn't wait. He wouldn't sit still. You know what I'm talking about. Went and got himself into a $20,000+ hole because he wanted to use TurboTax. He's a businessman, so he uses TurboTax. How'd you pull him out that hole?
No, it was more than that.
It was? I thought it was
I
20.
think, yeah, maybe it was 20. Maybe it was 20. Yeah, I went back and revised his taxes because let me tell you something. TurboTax is not going to give you every possible deduction for your business. It's just not designed that way. They're going to give you the basic deductions that you can take, but they're not going to go into the specifics for each of your business. It's not designed to do that. And then a lot of times, if you do want to go into those specifics for your business, guess what? They're going to charge you an extra $100 to do it. Just because you want to take a look at this form. Most people say, oh, that's okay. I just won't take the deduction. And they end up paying more in taxes. And I managed to get him down to $2,000.
You gotta know what you're doing. Don't Turbo Zoom legal. Don't do any of that. But side note, let's talk about the money, where it's coming from, and why you got to write it off. How do we make it? How do you deal with these different things? First off, knowing how money works, right? You gotta know how money works. Troy Crutchfield, we appreciate it. Became a Lil Brew. Thanks for supporting the channel. All praises. You gotta know how money works, right? I'm finna kind of transition a little bit from the taxes part. Now I know a lot of y'all have sat through the seminars before, but for those who haven't, let's play a little game real quick. All right, we're gonna use Billy Ray, right? We're gonna use Billy Ray. How do we get a return from our taxes? What do you mean? How do we get a return from the taxes? A little more detail.
I put voodoo on my tax man, and then he started tweaking, man.
I mean, maybe because you put voodoo on him.
Well, I mean, maybe I should put voodoo on you.
Ah, man. Hey.
So,
yeah. Blocked his ass. Anyway, let's keep going. I don't understand black folks sometimes. I don't get them. But anyway, let's keep rolling. It says, raise your hand if you have any questions. Yeah, if y'all want to come up to the stage and y'all don't want to do voodoo, then come up and ask some tax questions. Let's keep talking. I have no clue who that was. It was some random. Y'all know how Clubhouse is. Y'all know how Clubhouse. She just said it's Clubhouse. Yeah, it's Clubhouse. So listen, you got to know how money is, right? And I do the same talk, and it's a very basic concept, and I do the same thing every time I go through a seminar. And it blows people's mind because when I learned it, it blew my mind. Again, I told y'all, my wife, she used to work for E-Trade. She dealt with multi-million-dollar accounts. And this is how I started learning. Like I had resigned from the police department. You know, I'm not working, you know, I'm at home and, you know, ain't no W-2s coming in at the point, you know. I can tell y'all this, that entire time, I never heard, oh, when you gonna get out and get a job? You ain't bringing no money. Y'all know how y'all women be doing it. Never heard that, right? Not once, not ever. The first thing she said was, I'm finna work overtime. And that's what she did. She hustled, she worked overtime. A lot of it, right? With that being said, still wasn't enough though, right? So, but anyway, one of the days she's working and a guy calls into her line and he says, I need $10 million, right? And so transfer it to her his account. So when I say she worked on multi-million-dollar account, I ain't joking. Like he called in for $10 million to be transferred to his wired to his account. She has to ask them, like, you got to ask them, like, why do you need the money? Like, because you can't take it from, what's the rules against taking the money from one to another? What's that rule? The rules? She the rule lady. I don't know all the rules.
Because you're borrowing against securities or stocks, you can't use that money to then go out and buy more stock. That's
Okay,
the only real rule.
So you can't take stocks from one hand and go buy stocks over here. That's the rule that they have. All right. So she has to ask, so what you need money for? He says he's going to pay his taxes. Now, I can't say he's lying. I don't know if he paid taxes or not. He could have been lying, but I couldn't prove wrong. So I got to go with what he said, right? Say he paid taxes. Think about this. If the man is paying $10 million in taxes, how much money do you think he made? Right? Just think about that. He paid $10 million in taxes. How much money do you think he made? With that being said, I'm looking over there like, whoa, hold on. How did 10 million? Man. And she became a homeboy. Bro, you working on accounts like this? we gotta talk. What's going on? But anyway, these same people are willing to drop nuggets and help you learn bits and pieces of information. There was another lady who taught us how to pay our mortgage to us. Pay yourself a mortgage. That sounds foreign. That sounds really crazy, right? But anyway, long story short, the more we start learning, the more we started seeing that things don't work the same way. I can stand next to you and I live in a different world than you do. You can stand next to Bill Gates. Y'all don't live in the same world. And I ain't talking about because he Esau and you Jake. I'm talking about on a financial level. You live in two different worlds, right? I remember telling my wife, like, I pay in Taco Bell and I'm paying for tacos. And the guy in Taco Bell next to me paying for the same tacos. But yet we paying for them in two different ways and we living in two different worlds. He could be struggling, you know, trying to barely eat lunch so he can get back to work. Me, I'm already right off. I ain't paying for none of this, right? Two different worlds, two different ways of operating, right? I say all that to say this. There was something called a margin account when my wife was working at E-Trade and learning all this information from these people with all this, you know, knowledge and on wealth and financial literacy. She came home and started telling me about, she was home, started telling me about a margin account. Well, what is a margin account? Well, if you put 10,000 in, they'll give you 10,000. Man, get the hell out of here, man. People having to give us $10,000. Yeah. They give you 10,000 trade with. No. Go back and ask them this, and I'll give a list of questions. It just didn't sound right to me. That sounded crazy. Too good to be true. Hey, drop a 1 in the comment section if that sounds too good to be true. If you put 5,000 in, 20,000 in, 100,000, they're going to give you 100,000, give you 20,000. Drop a 1 in the comment section if that sounds too good to be true. I don't see no ones yet, so maybe it don't sound too good to be true. Oh, CJ says it's too good to be true. All right. Dakaria says it's too good. Oh, everybody's saying it's too good to be true. Well, guess what, y'all? On the
It's true.
On the Clubhouse side, it's saying I see a 1. What do you say? That's how I said I worked in West Ham. And then the site said 1. But guess what, though? That's the way it works on these type of accounts. So mind you, I told y'all we struggling, right? And I ain't say struggling. I said struggling. We're doing bad. We struggling. And she came to me and said, all right, I'm going to take a loan out. My nigga, hold on. So I ain't working. I ain't working. And you finna go take out a loan. And no, you're not. So she's like, no. She talked to me. I'm like, nah. No. So then I listened to her. And I always get a speech every time I get to tell the story. It's good, brothers, to listen to your wife. It's good to listen to, oh my God. Rick someone singing Christmas carols. It's good to listen to your wife. All right? Stop shutting these sisters down as much as we do, especially in our community. Stop shutting sisters down. All right? Remember, it was Rebecca. If it wasn't for that woman, the blessing was going to Esau. The Most High took a sister and gave Jake the promise. Because if it wasn't, Isaac was definitely finna give it to Esau. It's good to listen to these sisters sometimes, right? I listened to her. I said, okay, cool. She took out the loan. I'm sweating bullets. I'm nervous, but she told me what was going on. We kind of learned this information. Mind you, now I'm still like kind of like a lot of y'all. It's too good to be true. She took out $12,000 loan. I was in a process where, I was checking outside every night to see if they towed my car yet. Cause mom, we doing bad. We struggling, right? We doing bad. Like, dang, did they tow my car yet? And then one night I remember here, beep, beep, beep. I jumped up, pulled the blinds down. Thought they got me, but they didn't. It was just somebody else, one of the work trucks coming home. Point being, she took that loan out, and in that loan, she started trading on that loan in the margin accounts. Remember, it was a loan from their money. She took their money, started trading on their money, and that money caught our car note up, right? Caught our car note up. From that point, it started paying the bills. Long story short, even when we went and finally got a house, guess what was paying the mortgage? That margin. That margin account, that $12,000 that she was trading on. She's trading on 12. We took their money and started making money, right? And we not paying mortgage. Now, the house that we finally moved into was a brand new house built from the ground up. It was like $259,000 in Temple, Georgia, is where we lived. The first house we bought in Temple, Georgia, and mortgage free because we used their money to make money. I say that to say this. Learning how money works. These people drop nuggets. You learn things, right? We learned that the way it works is this way. I'm going to give you an example. Lil Billy put $1,000 inside the bank, right? Billy put $1,000 inside the bank. Billy got 4 flat tires, right? Billy got 4 flat tires. Billy had to go and take out $500 and buy 4 new tires. Hey, drop in the comment section how much money Billy had afterwards. And I ain't talking to y'all if y'all already been in the seminar before. Gird it. Talking to everybody else. If you been there, you got to answer. But if you ain't been there, how much money Billy got? He put $1,000 in the bank, got 4 flat tires, had to take $500 out to buy 4 tires. How much money Billy got? Got $500, right? Everybody agree Billy got 500? Hey, Gertie laughing. He know what I'm talking about. So everybody agree, Gertie? I would say Gertie. Gertie. Billy got $500, right? All right, I see on the clubhouse, Troy say 500. Okay, cool. Why? Because it's just the way money works, right? If you spend it, it's gone. Now, Billy, well, John, let's use John for example. John took his money, went and got a mutual account, put the same $1,000 in there, got the same 4 flat tires Billy got, had to pull out the same $500 Billy pulled out. And then from that point, John had to go pull the money out. Drop in the comment section how much money John had left. If you had not been through the seminar yet. How much money John had left? He put $1,000 in. He got 4 flat tires. He had to go take out $500. How much money John got left? Wait for the answer. The car say $500. Okay. Troy say $500. G8 GT rider say grand. Well, John still got $1,000 left, right? Now, here's a question. Why does John have $1,000 left? CJ Key says it's not his money. It's absolutely right. John ain't using his money. John using their money. John borrowing against his money. John money is still inside the mutual fund, growing on the stock market, getting bigger, while he got their $500 in his hand and he's out utilizing it. While Billy put his money inside the bank, pulled $500 out, and he got $500 left. But they had the same money and they had the same situation and they spent the same amount, and one got more left than the other. Financial literacy, all about where you put it at. All about hurrah, shalom, correct, a loan. He getting a loan against his own money. And the key word is loan, because since it's a loan, it's tax-free as well. All right? Now, this may sound foreign, because it is foreign. It's extremely foreign. We don't operate on this level. We don't know about stuff like this. In the seminars, I show you how to understand how this works, where to put your money. When you spend it, you ain't spend it, you still got it. Literally. Drop a one if you was in one of the seminars. Who was in one of the seminars, like one of the recent seminars we just had? Like, what was the last one we had? Last Sunday? Last Sunday, wasn't it? I think it was last Sunday.
That was Sunday, I believe.
Was Sunday? Okay, it was Sunday. Who here was in the seminar? Nasiah? Anybody else? Nasiah's the only one here that was in there? For those of you who were here, just so they don't think I'm lying, did we look at how to create money out of thin blue air? Did we find out how to create money out of thin blue air? I see a yes. I see a con. I see a yes. This is what we're trying to teach the people. Come to the seminars. This is foreign. This is foreign to us. This is foreign to us. Oh, well, how do you create money out there in blue air? Because I get a mutual fund account, and I learned that an IUL works the same way a mutual fund account do. And so a mutual fund account, I have to literally, put the money in there, take it out, still got something left. I move that money to an IUL, put it in there, take it out, and I still got the same money left in there as well. How I get this extra money? Only way I got it is by simply moving it around. Now, that was confusing to some people because I said it fast and it was foreign. But you got to come to the seminar so I can show you on the whiteboard. And guess what? The seminar ain't selling you nothing. Hey, did I hit y'all with the big sales pitch at the end of the seminar? Who got hit with the big sales pitch? Nobody. I'm just going to tell you what you need to do to get it. There's no sales pitch at the end, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get it. G8 Ride 700 credits. Yes. We're going to show you how to get it, right? We're going to show you how to get it. There's a way you get it. We're going to teach you how to put yourself in a position to go get their money. And when you get their money, you're going to utilize their money to make money. And that's it. That's it. Right? And then when you utilize their money to make money, now you can come and be one of our clients, be my wife's client, and she going to get you the least amount of taxation on the money that you just got from them to make you money. So therefore, you get their money, make money, and you ain't got to spend as much money giving it back to the government. That's the point. It's a financial ecosystem, right? We're going to show you how to put your money somewhere where it's going to make you money and it's going to build and grow with compound interest, make you money. So when you get to a certain age, when you're ready to stop working, guess what? Again, I told y'all before, me and my wife at the age of 65, well, we don't work now. Well, we do work, but we work for ourselves. I haven't punched the clock for somebody else since I learned this. What are we going on, 2025? 5 years. I ain't punched no clock and so it's a half a decade. You know what I'm talking about? She worked for me. And all we're doing is trying to show you how to do it, right? Come to the seminars. You got to learn these tax secrets. This is the introductory tax boot camp. We're actually going through a tax boot camp. Now that tax boot camp is a fee. It's on the website at Receptive Concepts if y'all want to join it. That one is a much more in-depth detail. I mean, it's only $37. If you cry about $37, then stay home. I don't shit. As much free information I give out, I ain't worried about the rest of that. Y'all better leave me alone. Listen, but come to the seminar though. Come to the seminar because whether you say, hey, Abaya, I don't never want to see you again, you're going to walk away with information knowing how to take their funds and make you money. All right. And when I say create money out of thin blue air, ain't a joke. Ain't a joke. It ain't too good to be true. We the only people who always think that it's too good to be true. There's a system that lives in the shadows that we've never seen. It's been hidden from us. There's a system in the shadows that's been hidden from us. All right. Just like this, some of this tax stuff we talked about tonight. Right. Again, it's all about learning information. Again, brand new truck sitting in the front yard, rims paid off, all the warranties on it, all because what? I knew the system. I picked the book up and I read it. Well, actually, she read it, but you get what I'm saying? Either way, we knew the system. If she know it, I know it. If I know it, she know it. That's all we do. That's all we do. Like we have no life. We're boring. We're boring. It is what it is. This is fun.
There were two comments I wanted to hit on. One, Lady J, like I view, I completed a beneficial ownership information report for my business. Kudos. Everybody needs to do it. There's even been notifications that are going out to tax preparers this year to make sure anybody that you're filing taxes for has completed this beneficial ownership information report.
Yeah.
And the government is penalizing you if you do not.
Yeah, you can get locked up for it actually if it gets too far. Yeah. They want to lock people up. If you haven't done that, please make sure you do that. If you created a business, just do it. It's not hard. It's just a form. It's hopefully the court strike it down for it at some point. But it's what Creepy Joe put out there, so we stuck with it. Can't get around it.
And then there was another comment. Like your W-2, you get money back. Can we do that with our business? The short answer to that is yes, you can. How do you do that? You pay your taxes throughout the year like W-2 employees do. But I would not suggest it as a business owner. That is a benefit of having a business. You do not have to pay your taxes up front. That gives you that time to take that money and invest that money into something else instead of letting the government hold on to it. Because really what tax return time is the government basically saying, hey, we took too much money for you throughout the year. Here's your money back. And they're not giving you no interest on that money. They will charge you interest, but they will not give you interest for the money that they've taken from you, that overage they've taken from you and held on to throughout the year.
Right. I see. Haram. He said, I owe the IRS over 100K. I've been running for about 10 years. I've been gone. Hey, listen, brother. I'm gonna let Tasha answer that one.
Yeah, that's not good. But you shouldn't owe the government $100,000 unless you've made $10 million or something like that. Is way too much. We need to go back and take a look at those taxes and reassess those taxes. There's no reason you should owe the government $100,000. That's no.
Again, they try to get 115 from me this year. I'm like, nah, bro.
Exactly. No way.
Nah, I ain't getting 115. I know the game. You ain't getting 115 from me. So now I want to point something out. So when we did the last show on here, we did about, I'm tired of here. Y'all got the heater on out there. I know that's the problem in Florida. If it get to 50 degrees, everybody want to turn the heater on. I'm over here sweating. Y'all excuse my loud burst. But anyway, the last show we did about, the girl who was a boy, who was a boy, who was a girl, who went to the camp, who went to the feast. And so we, 5,000 views. Why? Because, dirt gossip. Dirt gossip. 32 people in here right now, at least on the clubhouse side. I mean, on the YouTube side. Whenever we do a reaction video to talking about Christian and this and that, let's respond, or we do a debate, 200 people, 300 people for it. I think that morning to morning debate we did was the biggest. I think we had close to 1,200 people watching, right? Why though? It was a debate. It was entertaining. It was fun. It was cut. Now we're trying to show you how to, hey, listen, this is how you pay your bills. This is how you live. At least you ain't gonna eliminate all your stress, but listen, at least you can make some money. At least you can get, you can get to the point where you can breathe when it comes to the bills. At least 32 people. Why though? Why? because this is where it's not an interest for the information, right? It's not an interest for this type of information. It's boring. And I always say this, the same debates that you like to watch, it took somebody to do slow, boring reading to bring the cuts out. Somebody had to read through that genealogy, the one that you skip every time you get to. Somebody had to read through it, and they read through it, and then you just get the fast cuts, right? So there's some things that we talked about today. This is why the information is foreign to us. This is why the information is not, known to us, because we don't put ourselves in the proper position to come and get the information. That's what's got to change. Your mindset literally has to change. And even when you come to the seminar and I show you everything that I need to show you and say, hey, look at this and here's how you do it, you're still not going to do it because your mind is still the same. I start my seminar off every time, change your mindset. Just because you hit on me, your mind's changed. I have people come and listen to me talk an hour, 2 hours, and waste their whole hour, 2 hours just listening to me talk. Sound good? Oh, I ain't know that. Oh, that's what's up. All right, where you finna go? Back to work and continue to live that life. And that's where they at. And that's where they at, right? I get an inbox. Hey, Abai, what's up? I need a loan. Shit. And it's not that I don't want to, because my wife can tell you, all right, I got you, bro. Because I'm trying to help my people, right? And I'm trying to give out 2 minutes. Let me teach you how to do this. How about that? Let me teach you how to do exactly what I'm doing, and you're good. But guess what? They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. I want to hear all that, man. Hey, man, the hell with learning how to fish. Just give me the fish. You know what, bro? You can't get no more fish if I got to give it to you. If I know I'm putting the information out for free, Tierra, I'm Mike.
I'm here.
So for y'all who don't know, this is the one on stage right now in the club outside with like the real big head inside the little pit that could barely fit inside the picture circle. That's Sierra. That's that's my assistant, and she was sitting with me in a meeting when we were talking. What's the name of that company? You remember the name of the company? Who was going to do? I can't remember the name of the company.
Oh, it'll come back. It just left me.
Okay, so we were searching for some advertisement because we was going. The information I'm giving you for free, I sell, right? I have clients and courses and whatever, right? I sell. And when we first started this process, we sitting down with the company that we can't remember the name to. We're not lying, though. I promise you, we're not lying. Well, I ain't gonna promise you my word. We're not lying. And the guys asked me, he said, wow, how much you gonna sell this, for? But me, first thing I want to do is bring it back to Israel. I'm gonna give it to them first. I'm like $99, Tara, what he said?
He said 10,000, and it was the Heman Group.
The Heman Group, that's what it was. The Heman Group, right? They do advertisements and put your ads out there to make sure you get clients and everything. It was the Heman Group. He said 10. He said at least 10,000. He said you shouldn't be selling this no less than $10,000. Like, are you serious? No, why? Why? Because they're gonna make more from that. Now, this is what the other people said, right? What they were saying, and I'm like, I'm not here. Nah, I'm bringing back Israel. I'm gonna give it. Same thing I'm doing right now, going against there. But guess what? Guess what? Though. Guess what? You got clients paying $25,000 for the same thing. Now, actually, I'm managing and doing other things, but I'm telling you here what you can go do. Only thing difference is I'm not doing it for you. I'm telling you what you can go do in these seminars. So the clients that's paying at $25,000, I'm showing it to them. We're setting them up. We're managing them and things of that nature. So the money's, they make their money back a month or two. No, you lying. I'm not lying. Well, it's going to be the same whether you believe me or not. It's up to you, though. It's literally up to you. The point I'm saying is this. We got to change our mindset. Because if I change this title and say, let's debate about is Gentiles getting into the kingdom, 100 people watching right now. That's crazy. And it's okay. I like debates. I hosted them. But at the same time, when it comes down to this information, this is why so many of us fail and don't succeed. People show up, listen to the seminar, and they still fail. Why? Because they don't do it. They won't do it. They won't move forward. It's the information that you got to do. So upcoming Sunday, before we get out of here, I'll just say this in ending, and then we'll read a couple comments that we may have missed. Say this in ending. 8 o'clock Sunday, If you follow me on Facebook, we Facebook friends, it'll be up there, 8 o'clock on Sunday. If you've come in the info, we've emailed you, told you the time, it'll be 8 o'clock Sunday, this upcoming Sunday. Be there. All right. Be there. We want to also show you how to do. Hey, drop a one in the comment section, y'all, on both sides, Clubhouse and YouTube, if you heard of asset protection. Drop a one in the comment section if you've heard of asset protection. I'm not an asset protection expert, but there are mild asset protections we do. And if you want like some more advanced asset protection that's out there, we can point you in the right direction because you will be able to afford to do so. It's not really that expensive, but you'll be able to afford to do so. CJ Key says one. I don't know how though. Okay. Anybody else heard of asset protection? All right. Drop a two if you know how to do asset protection. Drop a two if you know how to do asset protection. One's for if you know what it is. Drop a two if you know how to protect your assets. I see 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Something else that we help show. So our clients, when we set them up for their business, if you was here, in the beginning, when I was running down the list, you heard me say, set up a company in Wyoming, right? Why is that important to set up a company in Wyoming? People say Delaware, people say Wyoming, people say Nevada, 3 states or whatever. Wyoming. When all said and done, Wyoming is the place you want to be. Why? Because Wyoming they don't post your personal information online. Okay. Your first, your last name, your address, none of that. Go and get you a registered agent. And then that company is going to own your company. That's going to be making the 10 to 15,000. Oh, actually, I didn't even tell y'all about that. The clients, when I say they're paying 25, they're making $10 to $15,000 monthly. All right. So when you start making, a little bit more money, people want to, come and trip and fall on your grass and sue you. So what we're going to do is create a company to protect that company. It's not even in your name. Own nothing, control everything, right? Now, with that being said, depending on where you live and things of that nature, you want to start putting your homes and things because you have homestead protection in Florida, you have land trust, you have residence trust, you have different type of things like that, where if you put your home in, let's say like a residence trust, then what happens is it transfers to that trustee and back to you automatically. So therefore your trustee's name is actually out on public record. Like this is their house, but it's still deeded to you. Nobody knows it's yours. So if they come and try and sue you, guess what they can't do? Get your house. They can't take your business because it's not in your name. Well, the house technically is, it's just not public and they can't find it. Also, we're talking about when you're putting these businesses together. I asked who had an operating agreement. You got to have an operating agreement, and not just the operating agreement. It has to be a bulletproof operating agreement. These are all things with asset protection. We learn about things like, come to the seminar. We're going to go over this. I don't think we went over that in the last one, but we're going to be going over that and plus a whole lot more in the next upcoming one. So these are the type of things we're going over in the seminars. And you might be like, okay, well, how do I get the money? We went over that in the last seminar and it was easy. Last question I got, and I'm going to see if Tosh got something else to say and I'm done. For those of you who came to the seminar, did we learn how to get money without spending our own money? And I ain't just talking about like, $100. We're talking about up to like $100,000. And was it easy? Drop a 1. If not, just write about you lying in the chat. If I'm lying, just put I'm lying. I'll take it. Just say I'm lying. I see a con. I see a 1. I see a 1. I see another 1. Hezekiah said, hey, brother, can you record the seminar or would there be another? Unfortunately, I will be out of pocket on Sunday. Either way, I will tap in about those taxes. We're gonna do another one. It'll be another one. So if you're going to be back next Sunday, it'll be another one. All right. So as y'all can see in the comment section on both sides, we ain't making this up, man. Tell you what, though. I don't know how long the Most High be putting spirit on me. It's really getting on my nerves all the time. You know what I mean? Learn just this information we can learn, man. It's good. Again, it's good to do everything we do, but let's start making ourselves branch out. We can still teach the scriptures. We can still live like, men of the Most High, and we can learn this system, how they got it set up, because it's set up to be purposely confusing. So let's learn the system and learn how to put ourselves and our brothers and sisters around us in better situations so we can help people. You know what I mean? I need to start from 5 credit first. -5.
Boy. But that's in the Bible too, right? Where they knew the law of the lands and it benefited someone.
Paul.
As well,
That's
that's
what
in the
Paul was about to get
Bible.
scourged. She was like, is it lawful for you to scourge a Roman? He wasn't talking about, the Mosaic law, because I don't think the Mosaic law talk about the Roman scourging. He knew his rights and what the law said as far as the system he was living in. He understood where he was, and he utilized it to his benefit. All right?
You got to do that. It's written in the Bible as well. It was done back then too. You got to do it. You got to learn the laws of the land and how to maneuver within these laws so they benefit you, because that's what everybody else is doing.
Right. I was in the room. Matter of fact, the sister I saw it made me think about it. Sister Miss Christina Israelite, she invited me up on stage. I was in there talking one day, and it was actually a really decent conversation for a long time. And I ain't gonna lie, one brother came in, I just did not like him. My wife heard me arguing with him. I ain't like this dude. I felt like he thought he was a bully, like he was just gonna run something. And eventually, I had to let me go step out this room so I can preserve my spiritual peace, because I was getting lit, right? But again, we were talking about something. Then he came in and, said what he said. And I had every intention in that room to drop the link. And that was the first seminar I was doing. So I could, because I've been trying to spread the word. Hey, y'all, it's free. I don't know how long I'm going to do this now. I mean, it don't hurt my pockets to do it. It's good. It's free. Come get it. And when that brother came in the room and we started going back and forth, I forgot all about it. I just argued with him for a little while and I was pissed off. Like, this duck. And so I ended up leaving. I thought about it, like, I was a little upset with myself. First off, I let myself get out of pocket. Secondly, I didn't even tell the brothers and sisters about in the room who could have benefited from it. Because I feel like, just like the scripture says, Mark 4:15, when the word is sown, Satan comes immediately. Somebody always comes to try to distract the attention. And it worked. And it got me to the point where I did not even leave the information. So Miss Christina Israelite, I don't know if you're on Facebook or not. If you are, grab the link. People who attend your room, enjoy your room, have them come jump in. I meant to tell them that day, and it got completely side swiped, and definitely forgot my thought process. But anywho, we finna get out of here, man. Again, this is just a show we want to do, to put together, to drop some nuggets on our people. If y'all want to attend the tax boot camp, that is on the website, Receptive Concepts. Click the link, go to Tax Boot Camp. I mean, if y'all don't think we're worth $30 on that one, then what, stay home. I don't care. I'm just being real with you. But everything else is free. Like, make sure you come to the seminar. You got anything you want to do before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to echo the sentiments. Don't miss out, as Abaya stated before, everything that we do, we come to our people first, and we introduce the idea to you guys first, and we try and offer the information for free, but you just won't take it. Again, you see the difference in terms of the attendance when we're talking about things that are going to benefit you, and it deals with the law of the land versus a debate. There is a stark difference. We're talking 10 times the number of people who attend these meetings versus the others. And as Abaya said, when you go to other people of other nations, they eat it up. Just like We the People University, that concept was brought to Israel first. The classes were offered to Israel for free. And then Abaya took it to the other nations, and 650,000 subscribers later, and several courses and several ebooks. There we go. It's several ebooks and courses later, which the other nations paid for gladly. We wouldn't even take this information for free.
I remember getting the email and Issa, I was like, G Golly Abaya? He didn't say G Golly, but y'all know how to be talking. Like, I want to send you something. I say, no. At first I was like, no, I'm good. He was like, nope. I'm gonna send you something. And then he pushed it on you. I appreciate you. I'm like, man, I remember telling my wife, these are the same room, the clubhouse rooms I did talks for free, trying to get 10 people, 12 people. One brother said, hey, well, take it to YouTube over there. I said, all right, take it over there. 600,000 people later, that channel is at and y'all can look this up. All you gotta do is if you got like TubeBuddy or whatever, you can see how many views the channel got. Go look at that channel. My channel has 250 million views. It's over 250 million views. It's sad because this is the same thing I was trying to give to Israel. But we just don't recognize the value in nothing, right? Because it's too slow. I took it over there. I'm talking about, it was crazy. I think the highest viewed video over there was like, what, like $7 million, $7 million? I meant $1 million, million views. So and the reason my wife bringing that up is because I was sitting there and I was dropping a video, right? Released a video, and I'm looking at the numbers. And within the first 24 hours, it was already over 363,000 views. And I was like, man, fuck. Y'all excuse my language. But that's what I said. And she came around the corner. She's like, what's wrong with you? And I explained to her, look, she saw the views. She's like, that's good. I'm like, it is good, but this ain't none of us. We not viewing it. We still don't understand why that police officer got off when he shot, little Johnny, little JJ, or little Ricky. We don't understand how little Ricky ain't had no gun. The police got out because we don't understand what's going on. We just see that and that's it. We don't understand the system or nothing. Yeah, we know they rape, robbing, and murdering us, but we don't know how though. We don't know, well, what's really going on? But when you're trying to explain these type of things, because nobody suffers from this situation more than our community. So when you're trying to explain to our community how to deal with this and how to get around it, how to beat it, how to come out on top legally, and even take you a couple dollars with you if you got to, because you've been violated, they don't want to hear it. I'll take it over there. Man, every nation under the sun is listening to it. Oh, and getting Tierra. If you had to guess, like total, since you've been reading that my inbox for the emails, because I couldn't even get all the emails. I had to hire her to help me, right? Throw a number. How many emails in that inbox right now? Like, how many emails you think of there?
Like as of right this second, or just total?
Total right now. Total right now.
At least between all of them, at least 100 plus.
100 emails?
Because I get through them.
No, I ain't talking about the ones you're reading today. I'm talking about total, all of them, all together.
Oh, 3,000, 3,000.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's thousands.
It's a lot.
It's like I lost count a long time ago. I couldn't even keep up with it, so I hired her. Obviously, she can't count though, but I just play.
It's so many. I'm about to hire me an assistant to assist you.
I told you about Tierra. I told you.
Don't start. Don't start.
Hey, listen. You did tell me about it. But point is, we took it over there, and I'm telling my wife, like, man, look, our people this ain't us. Me and my wife was out eating, and it was us and them, everybody else. And I was like, one day I want to sit down when I can look around and I see all of us are surrounded around us. We eating in places where it's just us, right? No, I want to see us around us. This is the point and the goal and the effort, but it's frustrating when your own people, like, I said I was going to end like 20 minutes ago, 5 times, but I'm I'm going to be done after this, right? I remember sitting down with a brother, and on giving him all the same game for free, brother said, "How I know this ain't a scam." After that, I stopped doing it for free. That's when I started charging for one-on-ones. I'm like, I'm no longer sitting down with an Israelite. Can't stand these niggas. I'm just being honest with you. I'm no longer sitting down with an Israelite. I sit down and say, I'm going to do an hour talk, and that hour talk always go to 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and I'm breaking down game to you. And you say, how I know this ain't a scam? Nigga, it's free. Nigga, it's free. What I'm scamming you out? And this is what I told him. What am I scamming you out of, bro? I'm married. You ain't that cute. I got a wife. We good. I don't rock that way. What? You ain't paying me nothing. I ain't asked you for a dime. I'm giving you information just to take it and go. But that's our mindset. It's too good. It got to be a scam. This and that. After that, I said, I ain't doing this no more. At that point, I had them sat down with several people. And then I was like, you know what? I'm charging. Tierra is my witness. My wife is my witness. It's crazy how when I started charging, started charging $150 an hour. Guess what? I got more people booking when I charged than I did before I started charging. I'm like, man, these niggas crazy, bro. It don't make sense to me. It don't really make any sense. Utilize the information, people. Just use it. It's free. And I know it may seem foreign, but I give you my word. If you use it, it's going to work. If you use it, it's going to work. In the seminar, I give you a quick step on how to fix your own credit. You ain't got to go. Don't be worrying about no 609 letters. Those played. Yeah, they worked for a little while. They played, though. Bureaus on to that. You ain't got to go pay nobody hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars. You ain't got to do all that. I'm showing you exactly what you got to do and where you got to go. $49, do it yourself, and it's user friendly and it works. You're gonna get your credit right. You're gonna take your credit from that point. You're gonna get their money, and you're gonna take their money and get a lot more. This is exactly what I'm showing you. It is not that hard. All right, I'm sorry. I've been talking. That's what I do. I talk a lot.
It only seems foreign because it's new. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Any questions, concerns, comments before we get up out of here? I know some comments we got, Tasha. You guys are blessed. Hey, Thwada. The beneficial ownership information filing is under court order. Wait, the beneficial ownership information filing is now under court order, not to be required. In light of recent federal court order, Texas, Cobb, Garland, that's true, but that's not the only case that has challenged it. But for right now, you still have to do it. It's not been cleared for us not to do. You still gotta do it. Gird it.
Better safe than sorry.
Go do that damn form, brother. Abaya, you was right. They got me. They got me. Where you at, Gertie? I'm in the feds. Gertie. Hey. Go fill that form out. It ain't solid yet. It ain't
It's
solid.
a 5-minute form. Go fill it out.
Hey, Gertie want to be hard headed. All right. Told our family, I know y'all got real love for our people. I want to know your efforts are much appreciated. I'm committed to learning this and hope to help spread the word. Y'all bless. Hey, Thwada, King Thwada. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely. Maya, definitely appreciate the moderation. Gerd, appreciate the moderation. I'm trying to hit all the comments. Appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate y'all showing up. Hit the like button, share. Where do we go to sign up for the seminar on Sunday? I got the. Let me just drop the link in the chat. I got the link. It's on my Facebook, but I know a lot of people don't always use Facebook, so let me just get it real quick, and I'll just drop it in the chat right now, and just save this link.
While you're doing that, it's just this knowledge is only foreign to us, and it's really only because we have not walked in the same circle as the people who utilize these strategies. And I say that from experience because when I worked at E-Trade, all the customers wanted to give me all the game. Every day was a new learning experience for me. And as Abaya mentioned with the gentleman who was paying $10 million in taxes, of course, I was being nosy. I had to ask. He was a land developer, he told me, and he had developed a couple of different properties or developments in a couple of different areas. And he told me he had been really successful that year. But those people, as they're waiting for me to process orders or to trade their stocks for them and et cetera, they're feeding me knowledge about what they've done that year and what they've learned from their CPAs and giving me little tidbits here and there, just making conversations. But these people are more than willing to share the information with you about what they've done and the strategies that they've used. It's just that we're normally not in proximity with these people. That's the only difference. But they shared amongst themselves freely. They would tell me the information all the time. And all the time I'm jotting down notes, and then I go back and I research and I study what they tell me. And that's how I gained the knowledge and learned the knowledge. Oh, yeah, they were right about that. Oh, yeah, there is a law about this. Oh, yes, there is a tax loophole on this. It's proximity.
Hey, boy, y'all looking at a miracle, boy. I don't even know. She don't just talking as much as she doing, but I'd be chasing around the highway with a damn camera. Scary as hell. I can't believe she actually talking. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna say them. Let's talk. That means you're gonna come on here more often then. Yeah, all right. Yeah. She gonna come on more often. She'll be all right. How can we book personal consultations for 150? Right now, I'm not doing the personal consultations. I don't even have the time for them right now, honestly. I do plan to get back to them, but right now, I just like my schedule right now won't allow me to. So I ain't doing them right now. But come to the seminar. I'm the same thing that you're gonna pay me $150 for. I'm gonna tell you for free in the seminar. Just show up to the seminar. Again, anybody who in here who you can ask, ain't no sales pitch. You ain't got to buy nothing at the end. I mean, you can never see me again after that. Just take and utilize information. The only thing I want y'all to do for me when you do it, and it works for you, just give me a positive testimonial. Hey, brother really got game. He really dropped some nuggets. That's all I'm asking for you. That's all I'm asking, a positive testimony.
Help us reach other people so that they have an opportunity to. That's really all we're asking you for. We come on and we share all the information that we get from the studying and the talking to people that we do. So that way, in hopes you can also do the same. Spread the knowledge, spread the word.
Straight up. G8 GT Rider, I got you. I just modded you. All right. Well, we're gonna get up out of here. Listen, again, Tax Bootcamp, go to the website. If you need a tax preparer, of course I'm going to be biased because that's my wife, but she's the best in the game. All right. She ain't cheating. She ain't finna bend corners. She ain't going, hey, sis, do this real quick for me. The other one, we ain't gotta do that. We ain't got to do that. And you ain't got to be scared for 10 years that they're coming back for you because they got 10 years to come get you, right? You ain't got to do that. We ain't got to do that. Your other ones, preparers was doing that because they ain't know the information. All right. Oh, this is what we forgot to mention. Our tax clients, our job. Now, you don't have to. It's just up to you, though. But what we want to do is talk to you about utilizing your taxes, putting them somewhere where they're going to grow, get some compound interest. The difference between compounding interest and simple interest, you put it in the bank. They give you I don't know, you put 100,000 in the bank, they might give you $10 or something, right? You put 5,000 in the bank, you might get $1 or whatever, small amount, whatever it is, right? Compounding interest, you're going to get paid. You're going to collect some money, right? We're trying to show you how to make your money make money. It's one thing if you just really you really pressed. Hey man, my car broke down. I gotta take this tax money. I gotta pay for the car. Hey man, I'm behind in the rent, the mortgage. I got it. But if you're not, take your money. Don't go to Walmart for the $499 TVs. Y'all remember that first stimulus check when Trump put that stimulus check out there? Them jokers wrote all them $499 and down TVs to the front of the store because they knew you niggas was coming. First $500 stimulus check, they wrote them all to the front, right? Don't do that. Put your money somewhere. We're going to show you how to put your money in. If it's not a mutual fund, it's an IUL, something that's going to grow your money, right? And if you can afford to put it there again the next year. 2-3 years, not 2-3 years, but probably 3 to 4 years time. You sitting on $30,000-$40,000, something that you never, and all you was getting back is $6 from the government. How did it get so much? Because you putting that $6 in there and it's compounding. We want to show you that as well. That's what we try and tell our clients. You know, some do, some don't. You know, it's up to the client, but we don't just tax prepare. We actually show you how to make your money make money. Show you how to get on a financial path where you're, all right, selling better, smooth selling. All right. One more again before we go. Receptive Concepts. Let me put that in the Clubhouse chat just in case y'all want to come over and check it out. I don't know why you wouldn't. But you should. My wife is the best when it comes down to that stuff. So we are out of here. Y'all got any questions, concerns, comments? I did drop the link inside of the chat over here for the seminar. I'm gonna drop this also in the Clubhouse. I don't know if it looked like YouTube shortened it. They did. I don't know why they shortened it. That's not the link. Hold on. Give me a second. And then we're going to get out of here. Let me drop this link. You ready to watch the movie?
I'm ready.
All right. We finna watch a movie, y'all. I don't even watch TV. Like I don't watch TV. The only thing I watch is just TV series that she don't got me addicted to. This it ain't even a TV series. It's Netflix. Other than that, I don't
It
watch
is. It's
TV.
an old TV series too. It's Lost. It used to come on TV back in the day, and they put it on Netflix. It's actually really good. And they have all 6 seasons.
So they got all 6 seasons.
Hmm.
All right, hold on. Let me just drop this, and then I'm gonna get up out of here.
Someone said the link is good, Ramaya.
He says good.
He said he just checked it. Yeah.
Okay, but when I copy it and try and put it over in when I try and put it in the Clubhouse, it is giving me that YouTube. It's good if you click it from YouTube. Copy it and put it in the browser and see what it open up. YouTube will take you to it, but it's not the full link. It's not the full link. Hey, listen, damn it. I'm doing all the work and the talking. Find me on Facebook. Abaya Adonai, I got well, that's a different picture. Put it on.
That's short.
I think Nasai. And Nasai, you still here? Do you still got that link? Because I know you dropped it in there a couple times. If you do, or
Gone, like to the YouTube.
No, to the seminar. It's a Zoom link. It's the same Zoom link. I was trying to drop it in the Clubhouse side for them, but I'm having technical difficulties. Yeah, see when you put it in that, Tasha, see the little dot. It's supposed to with a question mark with the dots. That's YouTube. It actually shortens. That's like a shortener or whatever. So it don't do it. But so you got it now? All right, cool. Let me see if it'll work on a Clubhouse side. Maybe it will. I don't know. I just dropped it on the Clubhouse, y'all. Let me know if it work or not. Maybe somebody can click it and see. If I click it, it's gonna turn the Zoom off.
It's not clickable.
It's not clickable?
Oh,
that's right. If you got a Droid, it don't click. We don't have clickable links. They gotta have an iPhone.
Oh, that's discriminatory.
Yeah, cause the iPhone's trash, so they try to make us feel bad. So you know how they do it. Everybody in the audience with the iPhone talking trash right now. They trying to get to the stage. Too late. We finna go. Snap. Yakira said copy and paste it. Copy and paste it. Yeah, copy and paste it. I just dropped it in there. All right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here. I'm tired. Finna go watch a movie. My wife cooked some good food too. It's good as hell. Finna go eat again. All right. So with that being said, hey, listen, take the information. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Join us next week, 8:30. If you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Shalom.
Thanks for coming.